Hello, my name is Skylar Fair, and I will explain how I created my correlation and multiple regression in Excel. So first, I gathered my information from the data set 2018 edited version, and the information I needed, I copied and entered here onto the spreadsheet. Here you can see the information from each county in New York. I also chose capital income, uninsured, and number of facilities, premature death rate as my outcome. So with this information, I create another sheet where I was able to calculate the correlation between each factor. So here I basically use, because I have a different system and as well as a different program, I'm using a Mac and I don't have the Microsoft Excel, so I'm using the Google Excel. So I had to learn how to do it on my system, and so I was not able to follow through with the tutorial provided for us in our module. And how I did it in Google Spreadsheets, I entered the equation equal coral, and then I highlighted, I went back to the first sheet and highlighted the columns that I wanted to correlate. So for example, for the per capita income and the uninsured, I clicked equal coral, and then when I got here, I went back to sheet 1, and then so I did capital income, and I highlighted all of column B, and then I highlighted the uninsured column as well. So I pressed Command button, click, and then I scroll down and press Shift and click again. So that way I was able to highlight this whole column. And I went back to sheet 3 and click Enter. And that here is how I got my first answer. I continued that throughout the whole chart, and that's how I was able to get these numbers. So for my multiple regression statistics, I had to add the analyst tool pack here on Google Spreadsheet. So I would click Start and click Linear Regression. And then for my y-axis, I chose death rate. And so I clicked on that first row and that column, and then I clicked Shift and clicked again to highlight the whole thing, and then I clicked in this box and it automatically filled in that information. And then on my X range, I highlighted per capita, and I went all the way down, click Shift, click, and I entered this information in. And I wanted to include my labels, and I want to uncheck the confidence level. And then my output range would be anywhere on the spreadsheet where there was where it was clear. So for the sake of the example, I'm going to put this regression right underneath the one I already did. And then once you click where you want it to go, to keep it from automatically auto-filling with the previous range, you're going to click in the box again, and then you will see here that it put in G23, which is where the area in which I want my new chart to go. So after that, then you press OK, and you will see here my regression statistics will appear. Okay, so focusing on the p-value, anything less than 0.5, meaning there's at least a 95% chance there is a true relation between these variables, and that would be income as well as number of facilities. So the number of facilities and the income received is a good predictor of premature death. Okay, so now that I know that the significance are income and number of facilities, I'm going to do a second regression with just those two. So I'm going to duplicate this sheet 4, and for the duplicate, I am going to delete this column, and I'm going to also delete this as well. Okay, so now I am going to redo my regression, keeping my Y range the same with premature deaths. And my X being my two significance. And I will want my chart somewhere over here. Okay, I'm going to keep my labels, and I should be all set. So here are my predictor values, and you can still see that they are still under 0.5, which makes them a predictor of premature deaths here. I have come to the end of my video. Thank you.